Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, good morning. So let us start it. I'll be sharing the screen. Okay. So today we are going to start with the new module. But before that, some assignment I gave you to solve. Is it everyone solved it? One problem I asked you to solve it. Remembering on Friday class. Hmm? Is it the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, done. A bit of presentation I'll start, but later I'll start using the board to explain you the concepts. Okay. So today we are going to start with the last module with the course outcome, and the objective is to learn about the still more data mining techniques which are there from what we have studied so far as 3 supervised and 2 unsupervised data mining techniques. So the last module we are going to discuss about the comparison and contrast of different data mining techniques. So apart from artificial neural network, regression, decision tree, cluster analysis, and the last topic what we have discussed is association rule mining. So along with it we are going to discuss now 5 more different techniques. So which are very much different techniques which are necessary for our the requirements or problems to be solved with respect to the text mining. So the main intention is, so we need to learn about the text mining. Okay. So as again I would like to say this complete the topics for the course outcome as compare and contrast the different 5 text mining techniques. The data mining techniques, especially we are going to discuss about text mining, naive Bayes analysis, SVMs, that is support vector machines, web mining, and social media analysis. So completely the analytics portion, we're going to learn it here in this 5 different techniques. So initially we need to understand the learning objective, or what are these topics are supposed to be dealt in this particular module. Okay. So far what we were learning is about the different algorithms, different supervised, unsupervised techniques. Okay. So now we are supposed to learn about the 5 more topics. So those 5 more topics are actually the text mining. Okay. So text mining, which covers the complete information about it's a nothing but a data mining technique. So it's an art and the science of generating the insights from the text. The name itself, it says that the text mining. So the important, it is very important in the social media because we all use FBs, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, so LinkedIn, we use WhatsApp also. So a lot of text. So we type, we chat, right? So for that sense, we need to use this particular text mining technique. So this we are going to deal it for 2 to 3 classes. So let us see how we can go about it as a first topic based upon the objective and outcome what we have discussed as the 5th outcome. We are going to cover it by this topics. The next, after text mining, we are going to discuss about the naive Bayes analysis or naive Bayes classification technique, because we started learning classification technique in the previous few classes. Okay, so one more classification technique we are going to learn by name called as naive Bayes classification technique. So which is being often used to do the text mining only. So it's a continuation. So it's being used as a classification techniques which has been often used for text mining or text data mining problems such as spam filtering, or it could be included to solve many problems. So we are going to use it for text mining. So this is one more technique, a classification technique by name Neobase. We are going to discuss it in the next topic. Then afterwards, we're going to learn about support vector machines. So support vector machines are the machine learning technique. It's one of the machine learning technique. And this machine learning is also being used for text mining problems only. So the support vector machine is also being used for text mining problems or text mining issues only. So such as again spam filtering. So like Neobase, so there is one more technique which can be used in the text mining to do the spam analysis. Okay. So this is again the continuation of our text mining topic. So it is in depth. We are going to learn the comparing and contrasting all the different techniques which are available in text mining. Okay. So next is the web mining. So we all use web and we'll be always on the internet. So we know that this particular topic we're going to discuss about the complete insight from the World Wide Web. So how the www works with the contents, works with the usage of the content, and how it has been important in the digital world as the digital age we are into, and a lot of advertisement will happen, a lot of selling happens online. So we know that the flipkart.com, snapdeal.com, amazon.com. So a lot of things happen on the web. So completely internet, so online based systems. So for that reason, we need to discuss about this web mining. So web mining is purely an art and science of generating the insights into the digital data or from the World Wide Web or from the internet. So that is the concept. We are going to discuss it under web mining. Then, so the last topic will be a social network analysis. So we know already over many years, every one of us, we are on the social media. So there also a lot of data gets generated. So we need to have a lot of analysis to be done on such kind of data. But social media data, it can't be one data. It is purely not just a text. It could be an image, it could be an audio, video, etc. So this particular social network analysis is going to have the provision of discovering the patterns of interactions, or discovering the patterns for the influence of the data. So within the participation of the network, so what we are trying to locate it or look into it, so that will be provided. And this particular network analysis, social network analysis, mainly it has been applied with a range of applications or range of circumstances from the communication networks, so which can help the human being or all of us to know the relative importance of the complete websites with the internet facility as World Wide Web. So this is a brief overview on the last outcome and the objective, sorry, the course objective of the big data analytics, as we are going to learn the different text mining techniques, and we're going to compare it, and we're going to see what kind of benefits or applications we're going to get it from these techniques. So this is about a brief overview of our course outcome. So that is compare and contrast the different text mining techniques. So any doubt in this? So what are we going to learn for next few weeks or few days? Any doubt in this? So shall we proceed? Shall we proceed? Okay. So next topic is the text mining. Absolutely. The text mining we are going to learn about. The screen is visible. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so good. Screen is visible, and we will go to the board wherein we are supposed to use the board, and we will try to elaboratively learn the first topic for the day is introduction to text mining, and any case studies or application examples for the text mining we are going to discuss for today. So we are going to discuss, even the time permits, a bit of text mining applications, which are most important, because throughout the next few weeks or few days we are going to discuss about this text mining and the different text mining techniques. Okay, so what are the learning objectives of this text mining? Okay, so what are the learning objectives of this text mining? So as the module 5 we are going to learn about, 1 minute. Okay, so we are starting with the module 5. So as I mentioned, our objective is to compare and contrast the various or different text mining techniques. I'm just writing the short form of it, text mining techniques. Okay, so very initially, before going into the depth of the different way or different types of text mining technique, so we need to understand the very first thing is text mining. Okay, so what are the objectives of this particular topic to be learned? So what is the learning objectives of this particular topic, text mining? So very first thing is we need to understand the concept of text mining. We need to understand the concept of text mining and its applications Then the second objective of learning this particular topic is we need to know the process of text mining. Okay, the process of text mining, and we need to learn about including the concept of this the document metrics and how it can be mined and all. In this particular objective only we are going to learn and understand. So the third objective is, as I mentioned, so we need to compare between the text and the DM, that is data mining. Text and data mining. And the last objective of learning this text mining is we need to learn the important best practices of text mining. So we need to learn about the best practices of text mining. Text mining. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss and learn about it. Okay, so initially we will start. Few people were not there, to be frank, they joined late, so but still no worries. So we were discussing about, I'll just refresh it. So we were just started with the new topic for the day. So that is compare and contrast of various text mining techniques. So in that regard, why are we learning and what are the different text mining techniques we are going to learn about? I just briefed it out. So one is naive based, second one is support vector machine, so third is web mining, last one is social network analysis. So briefly, I have given the overview of all these topics. Yes?
Ma'am, Aditya is not able to join, it seems.
1 minute. Need to join on dot, otherwise this is the problem. Anyway, fine. Okay? Okay, thank you. Okay. So we were talking about the bit of the introduction or overview of the text mining. Okay. So we're going to elaboratively discuss about this text mining now. Okay. One minute. Okay. So we were just listed out and started discussing on text mining. Okay. So what is this text mining? Now the question mark. So we need to understand. So what is this? What is this? Text mining. So anyone could say so many data mining techniques we started learning and many things we learned. Can anyone say what is this text mining could be? Absolutely, it's one of the data mining technique. Okay, so I could say that it is an art and a science of discovering the knowledge. So the main intention is to discover the knowledge. Discovering knowledge. And when I say discovering knowledge, I'll try to dig into the insight of the data. So that is insights, patterns, which can form a lot of organized collection of information. But that information is purely in text mining, as the name itself it says, it's a textual data. Please remember, it's a textual data. Okay. So we are going to organize this complete patterns or insights of the data, so which will be organized as a collection of the textual data bases. Okay. So the textual mining or text mining can help us to do a lot of analysis. That is obviously the frequency analysis. Okay. Frequency analysis of important terms and the lot of semantic relationships. So we know that what is a text? Now we need to understand this word text. What do you mean by text? Text is an important part of the data, right? Now the growing data I could say, because the complete world, a lot of information is keep on growing. So social media, you can take it as an example. WhatsApp is an example. Your Twitter is an example. FB is an example. Your online shopping is an example. Your www.amazon.com is an example. So text is very much important part of the growing data in the world. Then when we say the world, it could be social media, it could be network, it could be something like the informations which is being enabling all the users and all the users to become the producers, okay, of the text, images and other kind of informations. Because once you open an account in FB, so automatically you will be starting uploading the images, uploading the videos, writing your own stories, creating your own stories, making an online chat, right? So a lot of things you do. So a lot of advertisement can also be done, because you can market your products, you can sell your product, you can communicate, right? So a lot of things you can do it. So mainly the intention of this text, which is an important part of growing data in the world. So those data like social media technologies which have been enabled the users to become the producers of the text and images and other kinds of information. So next comes the text mining. So the text mining can be applied to a large scale of information, because when I say social media, it is not a smaller in number, or I cannot really, social media data cannot be a fixed data, isn't it? So we all know this. We all know this. So today might be my account is been using say 1 GB of the data. So tomorrow it could be 5 GB of the data, because data keeps on updating, data keeps on adding, data keeps on modifying, data keeps on deleting. So few photos you added, few photos you deleted, some videos you are adding, lot of things which happen dynamically. Okay, so the text mining can be applied to a large scale of social media data for gathering the information preferences, measuring the sentiments, measuring the emotions. So it can also be used for a lot of organizational, individual, societal scaled information can be analyzed. So for that purpose, the text mining is being derived as one of the mining technique. So any doubts in the text mining? Any doubts in the text mining definition, or what is text mining? So let us take an example case study or the examples of text mining or the text data. So a wonderful example is your WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp. Okay, so WhatsApp data is itself is a better example for your text mining data, because do you think that always the chart is fixed, the number of contacts are fixed? number of kinds of information you are trying to communicate it to and fro from your contacts to you and to from you to other contacts? No. So there is no fixed definition for that. So whether what post you do it in a WhatsApp, so that remains private or not also is not to be known to anyone. Okay, so think again, we need to see that. So the dashboard of the WhatsApp app, how much it is showing you the information about the security aspects of your personal information also. Okay, so in that sense we can make a lot of analysis in the information. So what personal information we are going to have it, whether it is very secured or publicized, and how much information to be there in my uh, WhatsApp personal information data, and who are all the companies or the stakeholders who can look at me and who are able to construct the ways to use this particular information to commercialize the benefits, how much to be given, what to be given, where to be given, and when to be given. Everything can be decided by creating our own dashboards, and normally every application will have its own dashboard, so that dashboards can use the conversion between the one person to another person and the requirements. And you might be known that for every 45 days, so the dashboard conversations between the two people can be changed or can be fixed, right? So there are varieties of categories when we see from the WhatsApp perspective. So wherein we need to speak such as like we can communicate and we can get to know when we fix with the settings as let me get the pop-ups, let me get the online news information. So obviously it will be keep on popping up those information such as some computer informations because I'm into computer science, or some kind of political information, some kind of the travel information because might be that is of my choice, right? So like that the data can be visualized, and those data which has been visualized reveals that the number of hours that person is in the political information, or how long the percentage of the usage or the person is active in that particular information as politics, travel how much percentage, or what are the kinds of the conversation will be done. It might be I'm very good at cooking means automatically what kind of foods or what percentage of the conversations you can see about the food and the preparation of those foods, or the ingredients, or a lot of strategic personal informations can be pushed into or pushed out from my account. So like that it happens. So when we are trying to say and see a lot of these kind of circumstances and statistics, so the most important thing we can see that there are a lot of exposure which is being done during those conversations made by me or made by some xyz. Okay, so that may lead to a lot of popularism. Okay, or probably the lot of parties may communicate to me to give some orders, or some kind of conversations which can be related to politics means there might be a chance for me to get some kind of amount of the information which is passed to them. But when I see that there are some amount of informations which has been very much private informations obtained from your or from my WhatsApp conversations is limitless, and potentially it is dangerous also, because the way I communicate, the hackers may hack my so much of the private informations. Okay, so it may create a lot of issues in my personal information also. So there is a dangerous thing which happens. So for that, the WhatsApp is the largest messaging services. I do agree, over 450 million users are there. Might be this statistics is an old statistics. And Facebook also, we can see that last one decade or 1.5 decade, it is touching a lot of billions of users. Okay, so people share a lot of sensitive information on the WhatsApp or on the Facebook, and they're not bothered at all. So why, what will be the consequence? Something may happen in the future. So when they are sharing it to the public, such kind of sensitive information, okay, if the sensitive information is being shared between a private person like your own family members or your own friends, that's fine. But when you put it as the public, so it may create a lot of chaos in their future, because the people may hack, people may misuse it, people may threaten them, or even the worries may start, like you may lose your business tactics, or you may lose your there are a lot of implications socially, emotionally, business. So what kind of analysis we can do it? So there the text mining play a major role. The next one more thing we can conclude it by this WhatsApp as an example. So you worried because you have put a lot of information which was very much personal, also you have put it in your WhatsApp or your this thing, what is that, FB. Okay, so should you worry also? There are a lot of questions will be raised, and you can answer it all these things from your technique called as text mining data technique. So text mining mainly works for the text, so that you need to remember very much. So it is very, very, very important. So the text mining works on text. Okay. So and whatever the kinds of the sources the text is coming from. So it could be any business data, or it could be any personal data, or it could be a non-business domain also. I could say that a non-business domain data also. So in any format the text may come, so need not be necessary, it is very much defined with the specific format. Okay, so it could be a Word document, or it could be a PDF document, or it could be I could say that a flat file or an XML file, or it could be some kind of a just a plain text message. Okay, a plain text message. So even this could be a chance, but still a lot of informations which are being completely based on the text. So a lot of examples we can give it for the text. So in a what kind of profession? Okay, like me, a professor or a teacher. Okay, so in academic approach, so in academic approach, you can say that my data, what I'm going to share it with my students or my organizations, preferably it will be consisting of the text, so which has been a research article. Okay, so a research article I may share it, or I may share the notes or the handouts or the presentations relevant to my academic usage. Okay, so there are a lot of informations pertaining to legal professions like law. So when it comes to legal, okay, so when it comes to legal profession, okay, so the text sources could be inclusive of the law, the court deliberations. Okay, so court deliberations, or it could be a law, or what you could say that the orders received by the court, something like that. So this is the kind of an information which can be there with respect to legal profession. So like this we can list out for n number of professions. So the third could be a financial profession. So if you are into finance, so then what kind of information or the text? So the possibility. So the world of finance will be always including the reports. Yes, obviously the financial reports, or it could be an internal report or an external report, or it could be some kind of statements. Okay, so a lot of informations relevant to finance will be floating from the financial domains or the financial okay, financial data as a text data as an example. So when it comes to be frank, the medicine or the doctors, so when I say medicine field, so obviously what kind of informations will be floated in the medicine field? So it could be including the medical journals. Obviously medicine field means medical journals, or it could be some kind of the historical information about the patient. So I can say that it's a patient history information. Okay, so what kind of the treatment we have given it and how we have been treated, or even when you admit and get the surgery done or treatment done, so obviously you will have the medicine data, means discharge summary. Okay, so give me a minute time. So discharge summary. So like this, the information could be with respect to the medicine or medical field. Then the lot of informations or examples we can give it for even marketing. So marketing, what kind of information will be there in the marketing? The main thing is the information about the advertisements. This is most important in the marketing perspective. What kind of product? We don't know. So right, then we will be having the text information in terms of customer comment. customer comment, and lot of other informations. Okay, so which will be treated as the marketing information in terms of the text. Okay, so then the lot of other examples we can list it out with respect to banking, with respect to technology, with respect to search engine. Okay, so which even we can treat the example of world wide web only or internet. Okay, so your Google search engine is also one of the example where a lot of text gets generated. So you are supposed to see a lot of representative text information in these following examples what we have been listed out. So any doubts so far? Any doubts so far? I'm talking to you. Any doubts so far? Next topic is data mining application. So what are the applications of this text data mining or text mining? Okay. So text mining application examples. So as I mentioned, text mining is a very good tool. Okay, very useful tool actually. Okay. So text mining is a very good tool. Okay, so this is a useful tool which can be helping us to do the knowledge officers or the knowledge analytical person to extract the knowledge relevant information of an organization. So the text mining can also be used across the industry sectors. Okay, so it's not pertaining to one industry. So it can be used across the different domains or different industries, because the text is very much there in politics, text is very much there in academics, text is very much is available in marketing, banking, insurance, medicine, manufacturing, etc., etc. So the lot of applications we can list it out. Very few we are going to discuss it, because when I say text mining can be used across the industry or industry test sectors or different domains or different application areas, which can be inclusive of your decision support. Okay, or it could be a kind of sentiment analysis, because your FB data, your WhatsApp data will help anyone to do the sentimental analysis. Or it could be something like when you are sharing your banking information anywhere in an internet banking. So obviously fraud detection, or even kind of a survey analysis, or many more can be done at across the industries when we are talking about. So let us quickly look into a few applications. It's not covering all the applications. You can list out n number of multiple applications with respect to the text mining application as such, but very few we are going to discuss it here. So very first one is marketing. Very first application is marketing. So when I say marketing, the voice of the customer is so important, because you need to capture the information about the customer. So what customer says, whether is customer is giving the information in a native format of the data, what you have given it as a survey or a feedback or some kind of a form to be filled by the customer, or is it something like the way you have been collected. So is it in a particular format, so how that information can be analyzed for the customer preference, customer complaints. So purely we are talking about customer in the marketing perspective. So when it comes to marketing, we can have a lot of other applications. Okay, so the social personas are very much using the clustering technique to develop the customer segments, because when I say about social, so you need to apply the clustering technique, because the consumer inputs are very much required from the social media when you are going to sell a product through online, or you need to see the positive reviews or feedback. So this is also one of the important. Okay, so reviews or feedbacks, and even you may also write on that particular product, as we write it and we have the blog. Okay, so blogs or even the tweets also matters here when it comes to social media data. So it can contain a lot of leading indicators, so that those things can be used towards the anticipating or predicting the customer behavior. So these things will help us to do a lot of analysis about the customer behavior. analysis about the customer behavior can be done it here. So this is the main intention. Okay. So next is the second one when it comes to the marketing is the listening platform. This is the social persona platform, what I was talking to you as a clustering technique. So here we try to do the clustering. Okay. Clustering. Then the second one, as I said, it is a listening platform. Listening platform. So what is this listening platform with respect to your text mining application? So listening platform is also a text mining application, so that in real time it gathers the social data. So it gathers the social data, blogs and other textual feedbacks, and it filter out what is necessary. So it extracts the true consumer sentiments. So it takes the true information about the customer or consumer information or consumer, I could say that sentiments. Okay. So listening is that. So sentiments will be captured. So after that, the decision trees can be applied. So here the technique which is being used called as the decision trees. Okay, so the trees are being applied which can organize such kind of information to create the choices. So we're going to have the choices, and it could also help with a lot of product management scenarios or activities, and it could also help us to do a lot of avoiding the complaints from the customers or the consumers who are there in the listening platform. So the third one is the customer call center. So we all are very much very good experienced people, to be frank. Okay, so when Airtel Wi-Fi is not working or Airtel network is not working in my area, or might be I'm using a Geo, so like that the customer call centers conversations are being always recorded. You might be observed that. So the voice message will come immediately when you will pick up the call, from a bank or from an insurance or some kind of the call center. Okay, so automatically your voice will be recorded. So those records can also be analyzed. So from the call center, so whatever the conversations are recorded by the customer, okay, conversations that are being recorded by the customers, so these things also require to be get analyzed. Okay, so this is most important. So the analytical things come here because the patterns we need to understand. So in what mood the customer was, how was the conversation, is it the best conversation or the average conversation or the worst conversation. So wherein you can see that the customer potential towards the aggressiveness towards the complaint what the customer is trying to make, and you can also make the categorization of what kind of proactive complaints you can consider it, or what is the high prioritized complaint to be addressed. All those things can be analyzed and predicted very well using this call center data. Okay, so here as I mentioned, the decision trees again are being used, so which is most important to make the categorization of the predicted data, so which can organize the data to create the decision choices, etc. So these are the few scenarios or circumstances which will come and which can be get very much addressed in the text mining technique as an marketing application scenario. The second one application is business operations. Business operations. So what are these business operations? See, many aspects of the business functioning can be very much accurately gauged as a business operation from the analyzation of the text. Okay, so again it comes with the example of social networking, or the people who are going to make the analysis of the sentiments or the emotions of the investors, because when I'm talking about the business, automatically the social media comes into picture. So that is social network analysis is most importantly placed as one of the technique, and it is one of the data mining or a text mining technique as a social network analysis, and which can be applied on emails, what emails we receive it from the customers or the clients or the stakeholders or the end users. Okay, so again the social network analysis gets the information from the blogs and social media data through FB, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. So I call it as social media data. Okay, social media data it is. It could be anything, so I'm generically calling it as social media data or any other data, so which can help us to do the measuring of emotions, which can help us to do the measuring of emotional states, the mood, the behavior of the employee in that particular situation or circumstance. And sometimes we may use even the sentimental analysis even here. Okay, so sentimental analysis, sentimental analysis can reveal the early signs of the employee's dissatisfaction, whether the employee is not pretty happy. So you can come to know that, and it can be very proactively managed. So you can manage it. So that's why the social network analysis is one of the text mining which can be applied to handle the business operations. Okay. So the second way of handling the business operations is studying the people's emotions. So this is most important again. So studying the people's emotions and the customers' emotions, emotions of investors, because we are talking about business. So emotions about the investors, and using the text analysis of the social media data or internet data to measure that what kind of the psychology that the investor got. So what information we got it, so that can be checked, like how best the business could get the returns. Okay, so this is most important. Return on investment is most important. So these kind of analysis can be done in the second applications called as business operations. Okay, so the third application is the legal application. Third applications are legal applications, so wherein the text mining play a major role, because we know a lot of fraud, crime. Okay, so a lot of things happen. So in the legal applications, the lawyers, the advocates, or I could say paralegals can be very much easily provide the information, the search case histories, and the loss for the relevant documents in a particular case to improvise the chances of winning that particular case. So there the text mining play a major role. So the text mining can be embedded with the e-documentary. Now everything is e-documentary, e-discovery platforms. We know this. E-documentary and e-discovery platforms are there. Okay, so these platforms can help in minimizing the risk of the processing of the sharing legally mandated documents to all. So there is a specified discovery platform. There the concerned registered user will get those information. So again, one more kind of security can also be achieved through this particular application called as e-discovery platform with respect to the legal application as an example. Then there are a lot of case histories for testimonies and client meeting notes, which can be revealed about the additional information such as the morbidities in healthcare situations that can help us to do the better predicting of the high cost injuries and prevent the costing also. So these things can be achieved in the legal applications. Then the last application is governance and politics. Last text mining application is governance and politics. Okay, so in this again the government can be overturned based on the tweets organized from a self emulating informations, and that normally we are seeing in this pandemic situation also. Okay, so social network analysis play again a major role here. So I'm writing the short form of it. Social network analysis in the text mining is a large scale social media data which can be used to measure the emotional states and the moods of the constituent populations, and you can also target the audience. So who are specifically messaging can be given in the social media analysis, which is more efficient for us to predict that whether you need to fight in that democratic area for the election or not. So those kind of analysis will be very much helping the candidate to make a proper decision. Then when it comes to the politics and governance, It also play a major role in geopolitical security. Okay, geopolitical security. Then what is this geopolitical security? That is the question comes. So geopolitical security, like internet chattings, okay, so which can be processed for a real time information and connect to the dots of any kind of an emerging threats. So this can help the politicians to know where the threat is and how it can be resolved. And the lot of things happen with respect even governance of academics, research. Okay, so in academics, research streams, okay, research streams, it could be used as a metadata analyzed for underlying the better searching information based on the trends the data can be analyzed. So these are the very few applications what I listed out and discussed with you. So I'll just conclude the session. So today we started understanding and learning about the course objective of compare and contrast of different text mining techniques. And we started learning about the first objective of the class is understanding the concept of text mining. Okay, so what is text, what is text mining, and what do you mean by textual mining, we started about. And we started understanding about its application. Okay, so what is text mining, why the text mining, what are the examples of text mining as a case study WhatsApp I have taken. Okay, where and all it can be utilized and where and all it can be applied, we have discussed about. And a very few applications we list out. So those were 4 applications. So one is the legal platform, or one is business application. The third one is the governance and politics. And even we could see like marketing is one of the major. 1 minute. Is the screen visible? Okay. Is the screen visible? Okay, so we learnt about the 4 important applications: the marketing, business operations, then legal, the last one was the governance and politics. So today we will conclude it at this particular. Tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss about the text mining process and text documentation metrics, and if time permits, we are going to discuss about the mining of the text data mining technique. So how we can mine to extract the patterns or knowledge, and the variety of the techniques which can be applied to the text data mining to extract the new knowledge. So we will be discussing those 2 to 3 topics or tomorrow. So I'll be concluding at this point of time.